And we are live, everyone. Hello, hello. Let's just give
Hi,
it a few seconds for the people to join. Olga, thank you so much for being here with us. Mari,
thank you.
thank you so much for being as well. So, with the recap, Olga is one of our favorite clients. I would say we're working with her for 2 months already, 3 months, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. Yeah, since we first had touch. How'd you find out about us, Olga?
So basically, I was watching some a course to improve my Amazon business, let's say, and I saw that you were a recommendation to get some high quality product images, but not just images, like a whole like I know my English is not so good, so like a whole package to to show your product.
No worries, no worries. So Olga is from France. She lives in Paris, if I'm not mistaken. No?
So I was living in Paris. I just moved to Nice, the
Oh,
south of France. But
okay. Beautiful, beautiful.
uh,
And Mari, as you all know, she is many hats in Share Studio. Most importantly, she's the art director for Share Studio, and we call her the patrona of Share Studio. um, so yeah, guys. So today what we're going to talk about, already a minute and 30 in, almost two, should be enough time. Today what we're going to talk about is effective content and how we helped Olga. This is obviously we're not paying Olga to say anything here positive about us. She's gonna be completely organic, and she's just gonna tell her experience from since the first connection with us to the last to right now. And we're gonna show you some data that we pulled up from her Seller Central account. As you know, Show Studio is an Amazon Advertising Partner Network agency, certified by Amazon. So we get special access when the client gives us that permission. So where should we start, Mari?
Well, maybe Olga can tell us a little more about when she started on Amazon, what type of content she had uploaded to her listing already. So we know what the before working with us was, and so we see a better effect in what our images did for her.
okay, so basically, before I came to you, I did my listing by myself. I wrote the bullet points, all that stuff by myself, and I knew I knew that the pictures were important. Okay, I had that information, so I decided I got some recommendations, and I decided to have my photos professionally done by a photograph, like a studio of photography. Okay, not me with my phone. So the images that I got were professional and were, for me, they were really nice. So I put them on my listing, but I didn't see the sales going as I wanted them to be. Uh, and at the beginning, because this was new to me too, I didn't really know what could be the points that I could improve. So I tried to improve my PPC. That worked a little bit. I tried to improve my bullet points, my title, all that stuff. But I was not seeing the results coming. So I asked myself, okay, probably the last thing that I didn't change were the pictures, right? And that's how I made my research and I found you, basically.
That's great. So basically, to summarize it, you were doing everything yourself. This is your first
Yeah.
time selling on Amazon, right?
Mm,
And so you decided to go with the product that we're showing on the right,
mm,
and this is what we came up with. So again, guys, she started doing everything herself, and she reached a ceiling. Right?
mm.
She said, "Okay, I'm doing this, this, and this, and I got up to here." What was the breaking point that you said, "Wow, I need somebody to help me with this, with optimizing. You already tried to do the PPC, you already tried to do in the bullet points, the titles, all the things that I would say it will be logical to do right away, right? Because I would actually, if I didn't have experience in Amazon, I would say, wow, maybe the bullet points are the ones that's hurting me. Let me try to see, or maybe the SEO. So that's, or the PPC. Maybe I have to put more money into PPC, right? These are the things that, logically speaking, you would go and do first, and not even consider the the content, because I'll be honest, like, even though this is we create content, um, a lot of consumers, a lot of our clients at first don't really see the value in content, right? Would you say that was your experience as well, Olga?
I would say yes. Also because, for me, I had paid so much money for this studio photography before you to make me those images, that I was asking myself, okay, it cannot be that. I thought because the photos are so professional like this, the problem is not are not the pictures. But then really I made a list of all the things that I had to improve, and I came to the point, to the conclusion that at the end, people, when they go to your product, sometimes they are a bit lazy to read all the bullets, and what will maybe most of the people, what they will make them the decision to buy it or not will be the images. And my images were nice, but basically they were just the product itself. Okay, and in all the colors that my lamp has. And actually, I realized that this was not showing all the benefits, the features, the market, that my lamp could be sold to. And so I was like, okay, this is not just about the picture itself being nice, like the resolution and all that stuff. It has to integrate something more. I knew that, but of course I don't know how to do that by myself. So I thought, okay, I think these guys can help me really with that.
Yeah. So really quick, Mari, do you want to walk us through the images provided by the client? So again, guys, these are not images done by us. She said that she already hired somebody, that she paid a good amount of money for this. Obviously, we all understand. Like, I personally understand that you have to take, if you're starting off with Amazon fresh, you want to study something about selling on Amazon. So you're already investing money there. Maybe it's through Helium 10, maybe it's through Jungle Scout, maybe it's through Song Guru, maybe it's like there's all these other platforms, right? So you invest in money, at least, let's put it even $1,000. So you invested $1,000 already, most likely more, just to learn about Amazon. Now you have to spend time sourcing the product. Most likely you'll be sourcing it from somewhere in China, if not the US, or somewhere that you have to source it. But you have to spend time doing that. Let me just put my headphones on because I'm in a co-working space and everybody's looking at me. Okay. And can you hear me?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
great. So now you spend time sourcing it. You already invested time learning, time sourcing. Now you have to pay for it. Now the shipping is crazy, right? Now you have already invested so many steps. So now you have to think, okay, well, I need to know to optimize listing. Meaning I have to either do it myself or have a professional create the bullet points, all the copy, and the header, the titles, which are extremely important. So wow, I already invested a bunch of money in just learning, getting the product in time, and now the listing. Now I have to do the photos, and then after that, I have to do the PPC. So it's a lot of steps, and for me, it would be overwhelming, obviously. So I completely understand that you were just wanting to get something. I would say as best as you could, and you found this agency, which we're not gonna mention it, just for respect for them, and they created this. So can you walk me through what you think the faults are in these images? Again, these are not the images done by us. These are the images that Olga used to use in her listing. And I'll open them up, buddy. If you need me to open something specific, let me know.
Okay, well, basically, what we can see in general is that, as Olga said, these are just white background images of the product. right? We're not getting to know the product as such. We don't know the materials, we don't know the features, what the product can do. For example, this product has dimmable light, which is something that we discovered was very important in our analysis and research. It also is battery powered, so you don't have to have it plugged to a wall for it to work. And also, particularly with this product, since it's something that that kids will interact the most, it's important to show the safetiness in the materials and the quality, so parents know that it's not a dangerous product for kids to be around of, right? And so obviously these images, even though they are good quality, as Olga said, they have good resolution, they don't really communicate any of that. So the resolution is good. We have hand models there, which we always encourage our clients to have hands or humans interacting with the product. But again, that's simply not enough.
So yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Mari. So what, like a key thing that I always tell clients, it's been our experience. We've worked with over, I would say, almost 300 listings already. So we have a little bit of experience under our belts, and it's extremely important to have good quality. Yes, it is. At Share Studio, we've invested a lot of money into equipment, which is great, but so has other 20 agencies, 50 agencies, 100 agencies out there, right? So anybody can go online and literally buy a good camera. Even iPhones take good camera. The latest phones take good quality photos. With good image, with a good lighting, you'll take good photos. So like this is a great photo for me, right? If you zoom in, like look, we can even see the stripes of her, what do you call the fingerprints, and
Yeah,
you
the
can see.
fingerprint.
Right. So these are good photos. Like I wouldn't say these are horrible pictures. These are great pictures, right? But like, look at this. This is great, right? But what you're saying is so important. So guys, this is what we mean by the content is the listing, and it has to be effective content. Like effective content is the key word. It can be the best shot by the best camera, and like it can be done the commercial with an Alexa, right? An Ari Alexa, and which is what they shoot movies with, like Batman, right? They shot it with an Alexa. But if you don't have the word effective on top of it, you're not gonna get anywhere. Let me see. While you keep talking about those images, Mari, let me see if I can pull up the proposal so we can show them really quick what we mean about the.
Of course. So the other thing we did see was that they created one infographic for the product, but again, it didn't talk first of all about the industry of the product, which was obviously for mothers to buy to their kids. And we're talking about like babies to toddlers, kids who would usually need a nightstand, a night light next to them in bed. So it doesn't even talk about the industry that much. And as well, the text was a little overwhelming. Like there was a lot of information of this product that they were trying to put in just one image. If you want to pull that up, Rafa, the infographic that the other agency did. But yeah, I mean, in general, again, the images were good in quality, but they weren't effective. So that's where we came in when we did our proposal of content. Again, very important, talking about the product features, etc. As you can see here, we have a lot of text, and people are not really going to zoom in to look at all of that text. So it's important that each image individually explains and talks about the feature that you want to talk about. And in this case, it doesn't really communicate that.
Yeah, and not only that, obviously depends on the ticket of the product, right? This is a low ticket product. It's less than $20. If it was more than $50, would be a high ticket product. Mid tier products that clients of ours sell for $150. Obviously, like the more technological, the more price it's gonna be. The buyer's gonna be more attentive to these things. But if it's something that's not gonna really hurt their wallet that bad, they're not gonna really read it. So this is not going to be effective. Nobody's gonna read this. Like, how can you tell them like it's multiple photo modes and intensity, like color changing? Like, look, color changing is such a key feature, wouldn't you say, Olga? And it's hidden here in the middle of the sentence, a whole paragraph. It's almost like a verse. So these things are so important. Those little details are so important. Telling the story right and thinking as a marketer before you think as a creative. That is extremely important. Even though at Share Studio we actually have our head of marketing in the background. Probably I'll push him in right now in a little bit when we talk about the data. So yeah, so basically, it's very important to tell the story. Extremely important. As you can see here, they were trying to tell a story. They did a great job with the quality. They did a great job, using the hand model, which is something we really encourage, as well as models. But again, it's not. We say it's not. There's a saying in Venezuela: it is not the arrow; it's the Indian. So, so you gotta you have the best camera, but it's the team behind it which are actually gonna make it worth your while. Okay, so jumping in, and how did we come up with that ideas of the content? These are just everybody can use these ideas. It's something that you can find anywhere, but obviously the way you understand and process and come to the idea and to conclusion, obviously it depends a lot on the experience that the marketers have. So let me show you really quick. This is what we found. Should we give them the percentage increase, Mari, so they understand? We should, right? We were 16 minutes in, so we definitely should.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Share the screen. All right, and here we go. So this is the report for Olga. All right. So we're comparing two periods from March 16 to April 15, which is a month before, and a month after she uploaded our content. Okay. So very important. We analyze before and after. As you can see, the dates are not that really. It's not like it's Christmas or a high, a high demand period. So they should be pretty equal. Okay. So she uploaded the content that we deliver on April 16th. Okay. 15, 16. So as you can see here, there's a curve. The curve changes drastically, and that is because she uploaded around this area. Okay. So as you can see, once she uploads it, boom, this is the sales and traffic. Okay. So the total order numbers, sorry, from right here, it increased. This is from Seller Central. Yes, this is like we didn't make this up. We're like, this is literally from her account. As well as here, as you can see, the sessions. I would say it's here. She uploaded the content. As you can see, immediately. Why do you think this is, Mari? What do you think this made this happen so quickly?
Definitely the effectiveness in the content. If you want to show what we did, we can show them how we started explaining the product, explaining how it works, and it definitely gives more information to the potential buyers to add the product to the cart to help them take that final decision. And yeah, you just to understand that what they are getting exactly, and by understanding that, definitely like there won't be any other obstacles in making the purchase. So I would say that's the one thing.
What do you think of this, Olga? Like, apart from what Mari said, most likely, I don't know if you're gonna agree to her or not. What do you think that was? What was that? How did you feel after that you saw that increase? Like, what made you feel like? Were you like, oh my god, this is actually working, or like, how could I miss this? Or I don't know. Like, can you like
Yes.
give me a walkthrough of like how you felt?
Yes, basically, I have the app on my phone. So basically, like 2 days after we implemented the images, in the morning I woke up and I refreshed the page, and then I saw a number that like what I think was my all time max in the past, and now it was already that, and I was like, okay, this cannot be a coincidence, you know. And then the next day and the next day, and like it was going like this, but like steady increasing, and I was like, okay, I think that works.
Definitely. Were you surprised by this? Like, did this come as a surprise? Were you expecting this? Like, as an newly Amazon seller with a little bit of experience, you already were learning obviously how to sell on Amazon and how to analyze the charts and how to go into the app, and you're investing your hard earned money. You told me this was your savings when we met for the first time. I don't know if you.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so a lot of Amazon sellers start like that with their savings, which is completely normal. We understand that you want to escape the 9 to 5, and you want to be your own boss and all these things that Amazon gives you the opportunity of. So we completely understand that emotional value that this brand has for you. Like you've been working so hard to get this money, and now you're taking all this time and putting all this money in, and you're not seeing the results. You're like, oh my god, I will be so frustrated personally.
Mm.
So like, was this a surprise? Like, were you expecting this? Were you not expecting this?
Well, I cannot say that I was 100% expecting that, because we can never 100% be sure in advance. But I honestly, I was quite confident that I knew that it would work. To be honest, I
Okay.
didn't know to what extent. But when I was seeing Mary, when you gave me the different proposals for the images, and when we worked for the little modification and all that, when I saw the final images, I honestly, I was sure it was going to work. But it was, of course, a very pleasant surprise to see how well. Mm.
Okay. All right. Should we go through the images, Mari? What do you think?
Yeah, of course. Let's show them
Yeah.
what we did.
Okay. All right. Just let's finish this report. So, guys, from period 1 to period 2, the month before she uploaded the content, and the month during our content was uploaded, her organic, very important, organic orders increased 85%. Like, if I have a product anywhere in the world, especially on Amazon, and sales increase, just by doing this little thing, which is not little, it's super important. By telling the story better, they increase by 20%, 25%. Will be happy. 50%, I will be extremely happy. So 85%, I think I think we made you proud. Wouldn't you say, Olga?
Yes, exactly. You found the right word.
Yeah. So as well as organic traffic increased from period 1 to period 2, 82%, and orders averagely from the date, as you can see, I think I can turn on the bullet. There you go. Marty taught me this. Okay, so orders average increased from 1.8 to 5.3. Beautiful. And traffic as well. As you can see, it almost doubled. So extremely important, these things. This is the end of the presentation. I don't know if Andrew, our head of marketing, wants to add something. I'm going to add him to the stream really quick, see if he wants to add something. Andrew, thank you so much for being here.
Hi.
Thank you.
Do you want to add
Yes.
anything?
So yeah. As we can see, here we saw an like huge increase in traffic. That's not something normal that we can see. Well, that's something normal that's not something normal that you can see with PPC, for example, if you didn't have a great content. Because although she was investing more in PPC, here what we can show is that in terms of what we do, which is optimize a listing and yeah, to help sellers rank higher. This is the impact that we had. So yeah.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right.
As
Going
well,
back to the.
just to add
Yeah, go
something
ahead.
else,
Yeah, of course.
in terms of PPC, although it was not very effective in the past, and it is not very effective yet. Um, it has increased its conversion rate, and that's something that is due to the content. Because if you have a good content, then you can have all the traffic, you can convert more.
Yeah, that is extremely important. Actually, thank you so much for bringing it up. Conversion, guys. You can get all the clicks in the world, right? Basically, and you can get 1,000 clicks, but if you're converting, you know, 3% of those clicks, that's horrible. That's horrible PPC, right? So the only way to get conversions is to make by making that emotional connection with the potential buyer, and by telling the story correctly, and by telling like, hey, this is the product that you need exactly, and we can tell you this by A, B, and C. Obviously, A, B, and C, I mean the content. So I think we can definitely jump into the content, Mari and Olga. Do you want to add anything, Olga, before we jump into the content?
No, I think all that you said is exactly that. I think that it's not that I think is that the conversion on my listing was had such a boost when we changed the pictures. Basically, from the people that were coming to my listing, the traffic that I already had some traffic, but the traffic was increased thanks to the change of your pictures, mainly the first one, because people were clicking more because already the first image was better. But then from this increased traffic, also more people were buying the product instead of leaving my listing without having bought the product. So basically, yes, my traffic and my conversion were increased.
Oh, that's good. That's great to hear. That's what we want. Obviously, if you win, we win. When you launch your second product, which I'm hoping will be soon, you'll come back to us, which is the idea. So definitely, if you win, we win. So I'm very very happy that that happened. Obviously, it's literally because of the content. I don't want to push that narrative, but it's literally it. So yeah, let's walk through what we deliver. As you can see, guys, I'll give you um, a quick example. For example, the main image I was showing you, look at this one, right? So if we see this and then the other one, look at this subtle difference. So who do you think is going to buy this more? Is it going to be a mom or a dad if it's for a nursery? I would assume, and after looking at the data, if it's confirmed, that probably a mom is going to buy it more than a dad, right? I'm not saying dads are bad. Dads are great. Hopefully, I'll be a father someday and I'll be a great dad. But it's very important to showcase those little things. So look, let's take a look at this image, right? So as you can see here, nails, pink, right? A female subtle touch. So as you can see, the fingers are bending, right? So this gives you more of a subtle like warmth feeling just by the language of the hand. So let me go back really quick to the other one so you can see just this one. I'm just going to compare these two. And Chrome tab delivery was image product client. So as you can see here, look at this one. Most this is, it looks, I'm not saying it's not, but it looks like it's a male hand because of this, right? So all these subtle things are extremely important. But if you remove the arm hair, maybe you could pass it by as a female hand, right? Because it's thin. But either way, even this and the language of the hand itself, for me, it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's not like I don't feel like maybe it's I feel like it's strict. So and this is supposed to be something that helps you sleep, right? So just by having that little details is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Believe me or not, these extreme detail orientation factors that we looked into, this is why conversions and traffic and sales increased by 80%. Not because, like we changed it, we got, I don't know, Naomi Campbell's hand or whoever hands and we promoted it that it was a famous artist. No, it's literally subtle actions like that that are extremely important. All right, so let me keep sharing the other ones. Maria, I don't know if you're gonna add something.
Yeah. So as per this image in particular as well, if we see the previous version, this is a more technical aspect of it, but also the whole space that we could have worked with wasn't really taken advantage of. So in this case, with our image, we did, and we implemented some graphic elements to talk more about the product. As I said, the light is dimmable, which is an amazing feature, and it's a differentiating factor from other lamps that competitors are selling, as well as the fact that we can change the light into any color of the rainbow, if you may, like. So that is what we're showing with this hero image from the get-go. People will look at this hero image and immediately know what this lamp can do and what this lamp entails. So those are the graphic elements that we included there, apart from the females. And before looking at the other images, I would also like to add something. I think this is part of like the magic that we do. because Olga had invested in images before, she wanted us to reuse these images since they were good quality to create new content. So that's what we did. Like the product photos that we used here, we didn't take them. We just repurposed them to create new images. So as for the hero images, they are all repurposed. Like we played with positions, we played with the elements,
Yeah,
but
huge,
just a
huge
disclaimer
disclaimer
there.
there. Huge,
Mm-hmm,
extremely huge disclaimer there. I'm gonna put a banner actually, really quick, really quick.
mm-hmm,
Disclaimer. Disclaimer. There you go. Boom. We usually do not use repurposed images. They have to be A, we believe that we can do an extremely good job. B, there are images with extreme high quality, or we need the raw files for them, and
mm-hmm.
it has to be a product that it doesn't need organic images 100%. We'll have a blog about that, and we'll have a podcast about lifestyle images. I think we already have it, if I'm not mistaken. Um, we can go check it on YouTube, organic images and Photoshop images, the difference. So this, if it was a supplement, we would have never been able to repurpose the images because supplements need to be organic. So we repurpose the images, and that's why it's so important to have that plan beforehand before we do anything. A plan, and unless you have a, the marketers and understand the I would say the niche and the industry, and the not even just that, also Amazon. You have to understand Amazon. Selling on Amazon is not the same thing as selling on Shopify. It's completely different, guys. So if you think with the same mindset that you're gonna go into Amazon to sell on Shopify, like most likely you're gonna get burned as well as selling on social media. So you have to understand the space. It's very, very, very important. So yeah, huge disclaimer there. And these are repurposed, and we can keep on going. So yeah, let me walk them through really quick. So as you can see, difference of the hands, extremely important. We're already making the connection with possibly the target buyer, females, right? We tell them more like, hey, it's super dimmable, and you can change the scope of the colors, right? As well as, I love these images. Like, look at this little change. Look at this. This little change is extremely important as well. We can run this to Bigfoot any day, and we can have A or B being picked, 4.1 or 4.2. Believe it or not, extremely important. And as well, look at this, right? So you have, you have the titles here, right? So this is what we called a lifestyle, lifestyle with text, which is like an infographic. So as you can see, what's the main purpose of this light? It's to illuminate. That's it, right? So we have illuminate, light out. So yes, you can plug it into your laptop and all these things. It's great. But this is super important. Illuminate. You want to sell to them is the benefit of it. Yes, there are much more benefits to it. Like, you can, connect it to your to the bullet, to connect it to the laptop and all these things, which are super cool. Yes, it is battery powered and all these things. But as well, look at this. Subtle changes. Though before, the other one was it was a grayish background, right? Look at this one. This was, what is this used for? For nighttime. Okay, let's then add, little stars in the background, subtle things that are extremely important. And as well, what's the most important thing about this one? That it's easy. Instead of having a whole text, like, let's make it easy. As you can see here, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make them understand the information as easy as possible. Give them all the features as easy as possible to understand. Easy to install and use. Mari, do you want to add anything right now?
No, all clear.
Okay, great, great. As you can see, we just thought out a better plan to execute it, and that's what we did. We also obviously try to use Photoshop Lifestyle in the best way possible. Again, making that emotion connection. If it's for if a mom is buying it, because one of the main keywords was nursery light, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Yeah. We
Correct.
have we don't we don't put a granny. We put a kid, a child, and then makes it easy to fall asleep. Super important. These are all secondary things, which is important. Yes, they are important, but what's the main thing? Makes it easy to fall asleep. If we pull up, I'm gonna pull up so you guys can get a refresh of your of the other one. Share screen. I think I can share two actually. As you can see, this was the image I was talking about. And look at this. Like if you have this, and let me see if I can pull up the other one. Ah, sorry guys, you're gonna kill me. We're gonna have a lot of. If you guys have any comments, please ask away. We'll be able to answer them as soon as we can. And if not, you can reach us out to our email. It's hello at Share Studio. I don't know if Andres can put it in the banner. Hello at Share Studio, and there we can help you. Oh, it doesn't let me share two screens actually. That's the problem. But yeah, as you can see, there was a lot of text there, and we brought it up to this what we're showing you. So again, it's the better the possible, the less is more. So we ended up with this listing. Anything else you want to add in terms of the images, Mari?
No, just as I said, we did a lot of research to understand what people were looking for when it came to this industry and these types of products in particular. So that is how we came up with these infographics and these images to answer every question that potential buyers had in order to decide and make the purchase. So that's what we do. That's the magic of Shared Studio, of the content, of effective content. So that's it for me.
As you can see, guys, it's super important as well to test out things. Like this is the added value we give as a company. Like look at all these subtle changes are super important to make to make the client understand more. Obviously, you have to run them through like different platforms and get the data from there. But like for example, here we can just use a white background like they used, right? But look, we place it somewhere where it's most likely gonna be used, and we don't see a baby in the background, but we see a teddy bear in the background, subtle, right where the finger is pointed. So by this direction, this vector of the image, it's gonna lead you here. And even though maybe they won't notice it like straight away, subconsciously, they will notice this teddy bear. That's how you make the sale, by literally giving all these little details. These little details are so important. Every little detail is extremely important. So yeah, this is about the images. I hope you liked it. Let me show you her listing. Olga, is there anything you want to add? I think you're muted.
Yes, I muted my mic. No, I think you explained everything very well, and I think the images speak for themselves. Yes.
Yeah, super important. The next thing I'm pretty sure Olga's gonna do, most likely, maybe, hopefully, is get brand registry so we can create an amazing A+ about the brand, about the brand store and Amazon store. So we can move from there. And this is the listing so far that Olga's having. As you can see, the image is high quality. They're converting correctly, and that is the beauty about it. Okay.
And something I would like to add.
Yeah.
Something that we didn't talk about when the images, obviously we made our research, we did our proposal, but I believe we collaborated with Olga in terms of the ideas. There was a lot of feedback between us. That's something that's also part of our process in our work with clients. We really care about understanding the product, about understanding what the client vision is, so we can implement both obviously our experience and the client's knowledge of their product into the listing. So that's something that I really wanted to highlight of this whole experience with Olga.
Yes, it's true that because I have made the product research, I have bought the sample from the supplier to test it out, and all that makes me also, I had my little ideas, and so it was really great to be able to share all that with you, and you with your expertise telling me, okay, I think that this is great, okay, I think that this, look, we could change it a bit like this, and then of course you with all your ideas and your the research that you did as a team. Yes, it was really great collaborating with you, and yes, I really feel, even if even though you did all this, I felt like you listened to what I had to say, and that's great, honestly. Mm.
That's good. Actually, tell us a little about how how's the customer experience with us. If you didn't like it, I don't worry that it's live. Please go ahead. Be as
Yes.
organic as possible. I like
Mm.
one of the main company values that we have is to be transparent and to be fair and just to be loyal and yeah and organic. We really push
Mm.
that. So please, like, what do you think? Like, tell us, like, did you have constant communication with somebody? Did somebody help you? Did were you able to reach us? Did we take too long to reply? Like,
Mm.
tell us a little bit about that customer experience that you had with
Yeah.
us.
So first of all, I got a call with all of you. I got to meet you all as a team to discuss how we could implement those things, and how you could help me. So, for example, I didn't have that at all with the studio of photography that made my first set of images. With you, even before I we started working together, I knew you, and I could see that. You, like was going to like to work with you since the first time. And then we were communicating by mail. We had a WhatsApp group. We still had it. We have the WhatsApp group, and basic because of the time difference. You are in US, I guess, and me I in France. But as soon as I think it was the day at your place, you were answering me, and it was really great. Yes, as soon as I had questions, either Andres, Mari, or you, Rafa, you were texting me back. It was really great. And also, Mari, you were making me some, I think it's called Loom, like some to explain me, instead of just texting me the things, you were actually talking and explain me why you implemented this or that on the images. So yes, it was great.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, this is part of, like, the value that we would like to bring. So the way that we thought of that, Olga, actually,
Mm-hmm.
I after I was working for Nickelodeon as an associate producer and post production coordinator, Nickelodeon at that time, and after that I met my mentor, and he told me, like, hey, like, if you want to be the best at something, you have to be the best at that specific thing. Some a friend was starting to sell on Amazon. He asked me for a commercial, so I did it, and all these things led me to Amazon. And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna focus on this, I need to understand more about the company. So I actually applied for Amazon. I started working inside of Amazon, and the first thing they told me, when we got in, the training was, you have to be customer obsessed. The customer is the first thing for them, and that's like the one thing. Um, that's the end goal of them. The customer is first. So for us, literally, the customer is first, and this is the way that we want to give that value, is by having that constant and effective communication. It's
Yes.
extremely important. I very much dislike, personally, when I have to be on the phone for 3 hours to get a hold of somebody and they can't help me.
Mm.
I want
Yeah.
my team. I want everybody to give me an effective answer as fast as possible.
Mm.
So I cannot expect to give any less to our clients like that. So I'm very happy that you had a good experience with
Yes,
it.
honestly, when you say the client is first, honestly, that's exactly how I felt with you. Honestly, I felt like you are, even sometimes I had like just a little question, in addition to all that we already said, and you were answering me immediately, and I was really never left alone. I was all the time accompanied by you. I don't know if I can say that like this, but yes. Mm.
That's good. That's really good. That's really, really good. Guys, I don't know if you want to add anything else. I think that I've added anything that I have to say. I said my piece. Um, but I guess we'll have to give a shout out to the rest of the team, right? Laura, Isaac, thank you for helping this project. And I'm forgetting more people. I'm sorry, guys. So, what do you think that we should do now? What's your next plan, Olga? What's your next step? What are you planning to do?
Yeah. So for now, for the moment, I want to really take advantage of this boost and that you gave me with the images, And I think that this was really the main thing that was missing for me to start to really have this volume of sales going. So I guess now I would like to see if I can, with my PPC, if I can make some little changes and fixes. And my objective now is to get more cash flow, like reorder some batches of inventory and really get that first product established, and I guess then move to the next product with you. Yes.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. If you were to give any advice to even an established Amazon seller, any type of Amazon
Mhm.
seller, somebody who's experienced that ceiling, that was
Mhm.
experiencing that hardship of like something's wrong, what would you give them? What would be the, like, if they ask you for advice, what would you tell them?
I would say that the listing itself, like, is gonna make everything, and what people see at first from your listing are the images. So basically, without good images, you can have the best PPC, you can have the best copy. Also, moreover, because people now check, I guess, a lot of things on their phones, and so the size of the image, for example, on the computer, the size of the image is, I don't know, like maybe 1/8 of the screen, but when you check it on your phone, you see the image takes all the, and sometimes people, I guess, never even scroll down to read the description. They will just swipe and check out the images. And the fact that we made them, you made them work so well and add the key features and benefits and integrated all that, basically they don't even need to read, the rest. And no, also because in Amazon, when you launch a product, Amazon actually helps you a bit in the first weeks. Like, it's
Yes.
called the honeymoon period, where they will, even if you're doing a bit bad, they will try to push you. And actually, I felt this a bit at the beginning, like it was not so bad, but after a few weeks, I felt that Amazon was not helping me anymore. And only if I would have had those images since the very first day, I feel so not sad, but like I regret not to have had all these great packages since the very beginning.
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine where I would be today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That's true. But there's no point dwelling on the past. It is what it is right now. You gotta do way more, way better in
Yeah.
your next product.
Mm.
We do need, obviously, to for you to get brand registered. Very important. When you get a little bit more cash flow in, so we can get more tools and more data, like A plus, extremely important. A plus. The brand story, extremely important as well.
Mm.
As well as videos. Super, super important. So very much looking forward for that. Thank you so much for your
Mm.
for being here with us, for giving us 48 minutes of your time. We highly, highly
I'm more
appreciate
than
it.
happy to do that because it was such a great experience with you, and the images are so great. So
Thank you so much,
mm.
Olga. Really, really appreciate it. Guys, I think we close it, Mari?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Olga, for your time and for
Mm.
letting us work with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Olga.
Mm.
All right, guys. Any questions, please email us at hello@share studio. If you have any questions for Olga, leave it here in the comments. Please subscribe to this channel. It's extremely important. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, give us a follow. If you're watching this on LinkedIn or on any other platform, go to YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. It's very important for us. This is what gives us actually uh, the the motivation to keep on creating content. This subscription, we're not asking for money, we're not asking for anything, just subscriptions. So extremely important for us to get that subscription for you guys. All right, until next time, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll next time we speak, Olga, you'll have your fifth launch ready.
I guess. I hope so too.
All right, guys,
Thank you
bye
so
guys.
much, guys.
Bye.